formerly of the Prime Suspects, Uzi Man. You know, but you could catch me at OG Love right now. I ain't got nothing but the Instagram with me.
That's what it is. Where would you say people know you most from?
Well, you know, I'm from Uptown. I'm from off the Parkway. You know, people mostly know me from being on No Limit with the Prime Suspects. You know, we was a group. It was 3 of us. Meeska, New and T. Rest in peace, New 9. New passed away.
Yeah, let's get into that. So how did that come about?
What the
group?
The group? Oh man, we wasn't no rappers. Like, see how Fiend and Mac and all them dudes was rappers. Mm-hmm. Like, we wasn't no rappers. Like, but we all come there at the same time. We had got a little drop in the I'm Bout It movie. You know, I was Big Man. He was Half Pint. You know, we kind of like got hood famous for that. And everywhere we went with P, you know, people would want us to sign autographs as Big Man and Half Pint. You know, when that shit was hot. And so, you know, my partner T.
How was here's a question too. I mean, to cut you off. A lot of people don't ask. Just ran through my mind. How was the checks like to pay for Bout It?
All right, let me get. I'm about to bam. I'm gonna get to you. Okay. So T was Pete's cousin, and you know they moved out to Cali, or they moved up like a block up the street from my grandma. So me, T, and Silk, Rashawn, you know, we kind of like hung, and we used to go play basketball and shit all the time. You know, we was athletes type dudes, and I caught a robbery charge in '94. I said from '94 to '96 on an armed robbery charge, and when I'm looking at the TV and all that, I'm about it. You say you about it, but me up. You know, so I had just met P like 2 times though. Cause we used to hang with the other brother, Cav. Cav was like our big dog. Okay. You know, Cav used to bring us everywhere. We go play 4-man basketball and we wouldn't lose. You know, Cav was good. You know, and so when Cav passed, you know, it was C. You know, C, we used to go everywhere, play basketball.
Well, it was because a lot of people don't hear about a lot of that either, bro. Like Cav was, he was older than C. He was right under.
Yeah,
P.
he was under P. He was older than C.
So how was he? Like,
man, Cav was a fool, man. Cav wanted to boot up. Like, Cav would go anywhere. You looking at me. You know, he was a fool, but you know he you know, and when he passed, my partner T had fucked him up because Cav used to take care of him. Mm-hmm. You know, P was gone already. He was in California.
So they went into the music when Cav was.
P was just getting into it. He was in Richmond somewhere. Oh, he was just starting up. You know,
was Cav ever interested in writing? Is there any recording?
I don't know nothing about Cav ever being interested in writing or recording, nothing, none of that, nothing like that. You know, I remember Cav used to talk about the Tuesday Crew and all of that shit all the time, but you know, that's before my time. You know, so you know, you hear the stories or whatnot, but you know, and Cav was a gangster. You know, Cav was a gangster, and he when he passed away, it fucked my partner T up. He went in a deep depression behind that. You know, but then when I went to jail and when I look on the TV, I see Silk on there on the Players from the South Stage. He fucked me up. You know, I'm like, what the fuck? You know, so I'm calling home. They telling me, boy, you better start writing. P a millionaire. So you know, I'm like, shit, all right. So I start writing. You know, that shit. ABC 1, 2, 3. You know, we wasn't no rappers. You know.
So you wasn't writing before then? You wasn't rapping?
Never before I seen P on the TV talk about I'm about it. Yeah, you about it. When I seen that, I start. Man, my first rap, I kind of remember a little bit of it. Tony Montana was a soldier, but I did not. Boy, the ABC 1, 2, 3. You know, it just wasn't. And so when I came home, I was home a couple of months, and they shot most of the Bout It movie, like all of them scenes. They just was on the corner of what that is, Russia Blade and no, it wasn't in the project. It was on Russia across Napoleon. I forget what street that is, Mile or whatever it was. But they was just doing it from different angles and shit. And so, you know, P just looked up and said, man, y'all want to get in the movie? We're like, fucking right. So we got a red truck. Me and Skinu kidnapped Silk. We kidnapped him, but bitches arrived, but don't make it a murder. You know, and then we had him, you know, they chose Skinu up and killed him. Big Pokey killed him in the movie. And then, you know, they killed me in the movie too. I was watching see some Silk, and he said something about, you know, my brother gonna kill you. And everybody was famous for that, like, fuck you and your brother. You know, that was my little 30 seconds of fame or whatever. You know, but everybody knew us from Big Man. So after that night, you know, I'm telling Pete, man, I just bought this shirt, man. I don't fuck this shirt up. And Pete like, well, don't worry about the shirt, I got you. So he gave us $500 that night or whatever. About a month later, that shit went to blowing up. That boy called us to Baton Rouge, bought like 15 Camaros, paid the insurance out for a year, and gave us a $5,000 check. Boy, we thought we was on like Donkey Kong. We went straight to Houston, in the Astro World. You know, we were missing for a week. Me, Skinu, and T, you know, we flashed out. You know, so everybody like, damn, y'all get money and get the out. You know, cause the rap dudes, like, they was focused, like, you know, we was street dudes at the time. We wanted to go with them broads. You know, you couldn't tell us nothing. Like a young 24, brand new Camaro, 97 Camaro in 97, 30 down at the T-tops, bitch had like 18 miles on it. You know, so.
Damn, yeah, that's one thing, bro. Damn, I definitely want to touch up on when P was taking care of the artists. Like, there's no artist that I know of, there's no history of nobody online that I can say or no record of P not paying somebody, you know?
I mean, P is give and take because, you know, like with us, I think it was like more of like the favor shit. You know, like my little cousin won't rap, that's his partners. Y'all come on rap. But Mac and Fiend and and Mystical and Mia, they was rappers before that. You know, so he went and got them because they could rap. You know, we was just on because of like family and friends, the friendship shit.
When you say cousin, you speaking of yourself?
No. Gangsta T is okay. P cousin, first or second cousin or some shit like that. You know, they tight. You know, and that's how we, you know, with them. You know.
Who Kev was more before he passed? Who he was more tight with? C, P.
Kev was like you know, he was tight. I don't know how him and P relationship was, and I think C at that time was, I don't know if he was in the military or I don't know where he was at, but you know, I didn't really see him interact with them too much. You know, he was more of a loner. You know, he would just come get us all every day. He'd come get us. We just go play basketball. You know, I don't know what he was. We was lip boys. You know, at the time we didn't. You know, it was our big dog. Cav said move, we move.
You said and I could be tripping. You said C was in the military?
No, C was.
C was in the military. Yeah,
yeah, C was in the military. He was in the military. Yeah.
What branch?
I'm not sure. I know he went.
Marine.
I don't know, but that's a fact. He was in the military. You know, I don't know what I remember him leaving for a little while, and I remember when he came back. I remember he came back, and C had went to California, and he caught some robbery charges or something, and they had him. Remember when they had the tents in OPP, like the tents, the real tents outside, the green tents, Tent City? Yeah, I think C was in that shit. But I don't think he didn't get convicted for whatever happened. I don't think he got convicted for it, but he stayed back there a while on some robbery shot. Maybe it was extradition or something. I'm not sure with all that. I know he was in there, but I'm not sure what the charge was, and it was after he got out of the military.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Something I want to touch up on, make sure I don't forget too. Pac said it was a story about Birdman. I know it's not on the same wavelength we on right now.
No, he talking about.
I'm gonna start a new clip.
Yeah, Pac talking about when I remember T Knox said in Club Rumors when they did the show in Club Rumors.
Soulja Slim.
Him Soulja. It was Reg. You know, Reg passed away. Slim passed away, and it was T Knox and QB1. And I was in Rumors that night when they did the concert. And what happened was, when Reg got up there to start rapping, what his name was? Dude, the Pimp Daddy. Mm-hmm. Pimp Daddy was in the boot or whatever. I think Pimp Daddy was baby artist or something like that. And so Pimp Daddy cut the music off. So you know, Reg being the gangster he was, turned around and called them all kind of pussy-ass motherfuckers and shit, blah 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 blah. And I don't even remember if they performed the song that night or not, but I know that started off, that's how it started off, and I just remember Baby and Reg. We didn't call Baby at the time, Reg used to call him Cash Money. I ain't know who the fuck Baby was. You know, I just know he had all the goals in his mouth, and they were talking about he had Pimp Daddy and UNLV and all of them or whatever. Right. But him and Reg was talk. They wasn't fussing, they just was talking like, you know, or whatever. But, you know, Reg was gonna speak his piece. You know, that was Slim Big Dog. Reg, you know, a lot of people don't know that's who Slim looked up to. You know, Reg. Soulja Slim. Yeah, that was he kind of like, you know, Reg was the no picks, you know, rob anybody or get it how you live and all of that. and Slim kind of, took on his persona, and Reg got killed. I think Slim was in jail and Reg got killed or whatever, but, see, Slim was one of them dudes. Slim used to be on the park. We used to call him Ice Cream. Yeah. That was his first name, Ice Cream. Before it was Magnolia Slim or Soulja Slim, it was Ice Cream. Right. And he was the barber. He used to cut everybody hair or whatever.
Say, but before we go up, continue, but that night ended, I'm not sure if you just said
No. Nothing. I never saw nobody get slapped or nothing like that. They was like they was fussing, talking or whatnot. But I think Baby was more or less telling them like, you tripping. Oh, you bye. Reg was just mad going off, but then fuck no, ain't nobody get slapped.
Gotcha. And you said you were saying they used to call you mentioned the Parkway. You was just talking about Slim. They used to call him Ice Cream.
Yeah, used to call him Ice Cream.
Was this on the Parkway?
Yeah, this was on the Parkway. That's when he was young. He was young as a motherfucker. Like they got that song Quarter Shop. Man, I looked it up on it. You can't find that motherfucker nowhere. But Slim was 15.
I tried to find that bitch too.
Yeah, Slim was 15 years old and he ate that bitch like a little boy. And
you remember the lyrics?
Yeah. Then the boy say, banking on the set, I'm slinging them the cues and paying off them people, so you know that I got nothing to lose, and if I lose out, it's coming back to me because I'm a hustler. 7.5 grams to 50 quarters, cutting cluckers. So holla at it, I got that hair on to you heard me, plus a Glock 45 for them be trying to serve me. Shit didn't happen before. One of my own boys tried to bring the heat. That's the same reason I did it to him and his family. I went out like a soldier, went to the funeral in my tuxedo up with my Glock, start up his people. I take you out, with me, I'm a dope man. I'm only 15 and slanging buku coke. Ain't no pussy on my mind. See, it's all about the paper. I'd rather beat my man than to get a sack shake. I ain't got time for no one. Who see what I'm saying? That's a rap. Them hoes be sweating the tap because they know I'm on the map. Back and slanging cubes, like I said when I first started. That powder with the G, we getting retarded. Still that same old. Slim he been a wild child.
It sound like him too.
Yeah, a lot of people tell me that. But I guess that come from New Orleans. Sound like New Orleans, Memphis sound like Memphis, Miami sound like, man, me and Slim kind of from the same era. He 3 years younger than me, so we kind of from the same era, so I guess that I get that a lot.
So, bro, the name Ice Cream, where'd that come from?
Cause he was icy on that mic.
Okay.
He was.
He gave himself that name.
I don't know where he get that name from. I met him as Ice Cream. Okay. Like I don't know where. When I met him, his name was Ice Cream. The Ice Cream. Slim was just. Been a wild child, Either Slim, it was Slim. It was either you fuck with him or you don't. Fuck him or you fuck with him. It wasn't no in the middle with him.
Did he turn into the Slim that the world know, or was he always that Slim at that?
Well, Slim had a little game about itself. What Slim did was Slim kept going to jail for bullshit after bullshit after bullshit after bullshit, catch a charge after charge, and then he could rap real good, and he kind of like got a cult type of following in jail, and he, that jailhouse game, he came home, he came to No Limit with that jailhouse game, he like, and he just would, he just had a way of making people follow him, like a get behind him, because he talked that shit, he talked that shit, and he wasn't no chump, he wasn't no, he gonna go. But people, like a lot of people that knew him back then used to be like, man, they ain't like that, it's this, that, but Slim was gonna go. Done.
Bro, your group on No Limit, whatever happened to him?
Shit, No Limit dismantled. When we put our album out, we like I think P was thinking of it. This is my personal opinion. I think P was thinking of it more like, man, them dudes they ought to be grateful I put them on. He didn't take and say like push our shit like he would have pushed somebody, like push his shit or push me Mystical, because they were big artists, and we were like they had the big artists and they had like second tier artists. We was like the second tier artists, and so we sold. P was kind of genius in the sense that he put that. He was like the first dude I saw in the CDs. You know, they do the CDs back then. He used to put the album covers in the CDs, and so that kind of became iconic. They even had CDs that never came out, but you still remember them album covers. You know, and so that shit was so hot.
Advertising within itself.
Yeah, advertising. But he was a genius with that part. You know, and so. But he didn't know he was being a genius. This shit was by luck. You know, all this shit was luck. You know, he didn't like the motherfucker asked me, did he know the bottle? How the fuck you know that shit gonna take off like that? He just, everything he touched just turned to gold. You know, and so he had like a little run. And then when it, you know, that's it, like G Unit had their run, and then it was over. You know, you know, I think all of them, Young Boy gonna have his run. One day it's gonna be over. You know, Lil Baby, one day it's gonna be over. You know, the world changed, the rap changed. Like you can't rap how we rap back then. You know, you if you don't have no harmonization in it, you don't put that T-Pain on it a little bit, you know, that auto-tune a little, they ain't gonna even listen.
Songs.
Yeah, they're not gonna even listen. You know, you can't rap how we rap back then now. You got to adjust. The world changed. You know, so you can't, if I come out with that some shit and say right or wrong what you choosing, either way, you know, that's not gonna listen to that. You gotta right or wrong what you choosing. Either way, you know, you gotta put a little effect on it or whatever. It's just different now. They like Kevin Gates and Young Boy and them got the world just won't hear that.
Say, bro, it was Prime Suspects.
Prime Suspects.
What did KL do all the music on y'all?
KL did a lot of the music. See, when we did our shit, they was filming I Got the Hookup. You know, so we stayed back and did our album. So we got it was KL, Craig B, Moby Dick, Carlos, and Odell. So we got to pick any beat we wanted from them 5 dudes with nobody else around. So the production on our shit was dynamite because we listened to beats and they like, man, what, you know, them dudes came back and was like, man, how y'all get them all them tight ass beats? Shit, we just picked the beats we wanted. You know, they was just up for grabs. Nobody else wanted them.
So they had music videos? We
had one music video with Mystical back then. You know, it was Liquidation of the Ghetto. You know, that was the name of it. Mystical cut up on that bitch. You know, he that was one of the Mystical top verses. You ask me, top 3 verses ever, and that's saying a lot because Mystical then ran it right. You know, so man, you asked me something else where I wanted to get back to with the pay or something you asked me about.
Yeah, I was just flowing through my mind. So I was about to ask was I was asking about the checks for that movie, but so he gave us the $500 that night. He a month later, whatever, he bought us the proof. You know, he with us like, you got your license? I'm like, no. He like, oh, that's too bad. You know, I'm like, damn. You know, so we up and we stood in about 3 hours, about 15 motherfuckers in, and he paid the insurance out for a whole year. So we go to Jerry Lane, and he was more excited than us. I ain't lying. The dude was jumping up and down. He was like, oh, you know, he was, you know, but whatnot. And he, you know, he was like. Was that standard for all the artists? No, this just was something he did at the time. So I think what happened was he made so much money so quick with the body moving. And that night when we went to the studio, he cut us a $5,000 check. You know, and so you couldn't tell us, you know, we wasn't on one. And so we just thought like this shit was gonna be like this forever. You know, but it didn't go like that, you know, and so. Bro, you want to take it? Yeah, because I hear a lot of not always when I'm interviewing, but when people talking, old Cash Money artists, they'll speak about 5. I thought it was like 15,000. What? That he would give all the artists, which I thought was dope as fuck. No, P would. Some artists he was getting houses though, right? Then he get Slim them out. Yeah, well, he bought the Prime Suspects a house. Like, okay, so the first wave of artists all got houses. You know, Mystical and Mystical was in the country club with him. You know, he had some fire shit. Silk C, all of them had Snoop, all of them had the $1 million houses in the country club in Baton Rouge. We was in the Spring Lake subdivision, most of us. You know, like my house was 170, paid for in my name. You know, and so here go the thing though. So we don't know nothing about the music industry. We don't know nothing about publishing. We don't know nothing about nothing. We never got none of that. So and here's the thing, like when you're an artist, when you do that, that's supposed to be for you no matter
what happened? You know, that's supposed to be for you, and we just, you know, they probably got money out there for me now. You know, I just never knew how to get it or whatever. But I don't think it's enough to go get an entertainment lawyer and try to look at it, because they didn't have that digital shit back then. You know, like you can't really play a motherfucker now because it's all counted digitally. You know, the way they counted it before, it was different. You know, you could see they had this thing called SoundScan or whatnot, and that was, you know, that's like a it's like a dinosaur. You don't see no Blockbusters no more. You don't see no music stores no more. You know, that's the internet killed all of that. And so if your music was in you mean big shit, you know, it get counted towards SoundScan. But if your music was in Peaches, L&L's music or something, it didn't get counted, but you still got paid for it. You know, so you couldn't really, it didn't count towards SoundScan. You couldn't really keep record of it, but he still was getting the checks for it or whatnot. You know, so I just walked in the room one day, that boy say, you owe me 300 and, wait, what it was? No, I owed him 260,000. I'm like, all right. You know, it was for the video, it was for all the plane tickets, it was for advancements, it was for.
He was serious?
Yeah, he was serious. He called each one of us up, and I owed the least. You know, Skinu owed the second most, T owed, Gangsta T owed the most. You know, as a group, we owed like $1 million. You know, to Pete. And so when KL,
and this was a total surprise. It was
well, we just didn't know. We didn't know no better. Yeah. You know, like I'm telling you, we went the partner shit like like Mystical, I mean, Fiend and all of them, they knew about this from with Big Boy Records. You know, they knew about publishing, they knew about spins, they knew about all of that stuff, but it was like one of them things that just wasn't never talked about. Like P took care of, he gave everybody something that they didn't have. You know, I still ain't bought another house since then. I'm just saying, like, you know, he gave, and that was at 24 years old. I owned my own house free and clear. You know, so he gave us a bunch of stuff that would have been hard to accomplish on our own. So for that, everybody was grateful. But you still was, they still had other monies in there that, you know, that never, you know, because you didn't know, you know, motherfucker wasn't gonna educate you on it. You know, you had to go find out for yourself. And if you challenged it, it was a problem. You know, like you tripping. You know, I'm taking care of you, motherfucker. You tripping about? Right. Tripping about your publishing. You know, so.
And did you feel that way at that time?
I felt that way years later. You know what happened? How like our group broke up. Okay, bam. Kane and Eva got in trouble with the Fed shit or whatever. You know, then Steady Mobbing came down. One of them came down with some weed from California. He got busted on the airplane with the weed. So he, you know, he wrote them off the label, like, you know, like kicked them off the label or whatever, and nothing was, every time we go to the studio or something, they just be like, man, you know, P not with that right now. He started with the sports shit, you know, the No Limit sports shit, you know, whatever, and nothing but athletes was around there. You know, second tier athletes, like Tractor Trailer, you know, used to play for Michigan State or whatever, Derek Anderson, Ryan Mercer, you know, them kind of dudes was around. It wasn't none of the superstars like Kobe, you know, it wasn't no real big, right, you know, like all type dude. You know, it was like it was players, but it wasn't them guys. And so, you know, they would be around, and we couldn't come around no more. And we asked what's going on, you know, just be like, man, P gonna get with y'all. So he sent us some checks. He sent us $2,500 on the 1st and 15th for 6 months. So we called and we like, well, how long this gonna have? You know, we gonna get this for? Like forever. I'm like, forever. We gonna get that forever? $2,500 on 1st, 15th.
Why did he do that?
I don't even know. I don't know. Like nobody was talking to him. You know, and then the check stopped. So when the check stopped, everybody panicked. You know, and then they had a few, him and the producer, you know, the main producer had some type of feud. They little feud or whatever going on, and then, you know, KL bought a lot of the people to No Limit. Mm-hmm. You know, like he was responsible really for. Well, we probably would have got there anyway, but you could say KL was responsible. You know, KL, my big dog. You know, he was he bought Slim, he bought Fiend, he bought Mac, he bought. You know, I don't know about Mia. I don't know how Mia got there, but I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't through KL. You know, he bought Hound, he bought a bunch of dudes there, and so it was kind of like when they fell out, you know, it caused like panic. People was trying to get out their contracts and shit and go sign. So T, my partner T, being his cousin, went to him and was like, man, let us out this contract. We owe you. And he like, man, if I do that, I'm gonna lose my money. He like, man, just do that. And so he let me and T go like that. We thought we was hot shit. You couldn't tell us we wasn't about to go get no deal with whoever was hot, you know. But that shit never came, you know. And y'all
were reaching to the majors, reaching out to other labels and stuff.
Man, we was calling people. Nobody was calling back, you know. And P called me to his house one day in the country club, and that's when he was doing that. Not the last. It might have been the last time. One of the Only God Could Just. One of them albums he was doing, and it was like one of his last big albums. You know, remember that double CD he did? It was after that one. It was the one after that one. And he was like, well, you know, like, E, man, you know, what y'all got going on? And I'm like, not really nothing. He's like, well, why the fuck would y'all, you know, come ask for a release and you don't got nothing else going on? And I was just like, I was looking stupid. You know, he was just like, you know, you should don't never get no other job when you ain't got. Don't never quit your job when you ain't got another job. Like, that's the last time I talked to him. Well, I seen him at Rest in Peace Kiva. I seen him at Kiva funeral. That's his cousin. That's my partner T.
But the last hard serious conversation.
Yeah, the last conversation we had was like, that was years. This is in the '90s. You know, I never heard a word from dude after that.
Do you feel you're not? Would you regret any of it?
I mean,
any of it you would do differently?
I mean, when you know, that's kind of like not how life go. You know, like at whatever your age is right now, you know what I'm saying, my age right now, if I knew what I knew now at 18, I'd be a motherfucker. You know, I mean, you see things that you wish you could have did over, you would have did it differently. You know, your life might have been a little different, but that's how you become full circle who you is now, the shit you go through. You know, so of course I would have did some shit differently, you know, if I knew better, like knew what I knew now, but, you know, would I really change it? Probably not. I'm just saying probably not, because it may have gave me the wisdom and stuff that I have now. And see, those things I didn't care about. I didn't care about no house. I didn't care about no car. The shit was dropping out of the sky. You know, I wrecked my Camaro, give me a Aurora. You know, wrecked the Aurora, give me a truck. You know, you know, that kind of shit. I'm saying it wasn't brand new. It was his old vehicles and shit. You know, like, yeah, motherfucker, I had a fucking rental for a whole year one time. You know, never paid the bill. You know, they paid all of that. But I'm saying, you living like this for a little while, and you think that this shit gonna be forever. You think that you just gonna, you know, you get 25,000 here, you get 10,000 there. You think this shit gonna keep dropping out the sky, then it stop. Now, just imagine you being this rap. And then you got to come back to the hood and hustle. You know, that's crucial. You know, and so
nationwide video,
but nobody know you here for that. Like, they know you worldwide, but the local people don't really know you for that. You know, your hood know you. You know, but no, you're not recognizable. See, we never really had that big song where we could, you know, that mainstream song. We never was on nothing like that. You know, so we don't have a recognizable. We got songs that, like, I look at another interview I did, and I see all kind of people comment saying that was their shit, because I said we couldn't rap then. You know, like, I didn't think we was all right. You know, we was getting better as time went on. If you would have locked us in the room like Lil Wayne, we might have probably got great. You know, I'm smoking weeds and whatnot, we probably would, but we didn't.
You listen to it now, what you think?
Man, I'll never listen to that shit. But I'm saying for the time it was hard. For the time that it hit, it was hard as a motherfucker. It was surprising. It surprised a bunch of motherfuckers. You know, like, I remember Bias to come up in that say, boy, y'all shit hard. You know, and that made us feel good, you know, from coming from, you know, a dude like him or whatever. But I don't even know if P ever listened to our shit. You know, he just wasn't. And that come from, you ever heard a song called Greens, Cornbread, and Cabbage? Well, it was a song, man, that beat was hitting. Moby Dick was up in there, and P went up in that bitch and freestyle. You know, P rapped his ass off, especially, you know, at the time he could say whatever he want. You know, and it was just gonna hit. Remember when Wayne was hot, he could say whatever the fuck he want. Young boy could say whatever the fuck he want, it's gonna hit. You know, so P was hot like that. So he went up in that bitch and he tried to. It was a song that was going on a soundtrack or something. And he tried to turn us on to the world, and we wasn't ready. You know, and Mac and Fiend was sitting over there like, you ever seen how on Bugs Bunny or something, how they talk, you know, he got the steak and the fork and they about to eat the rabbit. You know, that's how Mac and Fiend was looking at that beat, and them dudes was good. And so we couldn't come up with nothing. I remember Skinu just kept saying, give me the money, you keep the bitches, we ballin'. And we just couldn't come up with nothing. You know, we wasn't those kind of, you know, like you gotta shoot them jumpers. You know, we just got in the gym and picked up a basketball. You know, Fiend and Mac and them was shooting them jumpers. You know, you gotta shoot them jumpers. You know, so them dudes was sitting there waiting to eat, and man, they got on that shit and ate his head off. I'm talking about them wrapped green cornbread and cabbage. Them tore that shit up. Mac ate that bitch. You know, like a Fiend wasn't gonna let you burn him. You know, he was a competitor. You know, he was gonna keep up. And so the We ended up doing the same song with Cain and Abel, the same with P verse, and we put a verse on it with Cain and Abel, but to me it was rookie. You know, we didn't, you know, like the way I sound now, I ain't sound nothing like that then. I used to be seeing in the comments and shit, people talking about Uzi Man was the best. You know, nobody knew us and know me as no Uzi Man. You know, P did that. You know, everybody know me as E, everybody knows Skinu as Skinu, everybody know T as Gangsta T. You know, P called us in the office and said, prime suspects. Y'all got to be like guns, Uzi, Glock, and 9. So New 9 just took that. I'm New 9. I'm like,
so let's get the name. P gave us a name.
P gave us a name, but nobody knew us as that. You know, like I only put Uzi Man on my Instagram at first, so people that was like people would be looking for us and couldn't find us.
Y'all had a group name before then?
No, we always was the prime suspects, but we wanted to go by, you know, our names, E, Skinu, and T. Nah, that y'all got to be like guns or something. You know, all right, shit, all right, you know. So that's what it was. Like I talked to Pac and he told me, you know, shout out Pac, you know, for hooking us up or whatever, you know. And that's somebody you should get to, because we you know, the Parkway tells vicious, you know, like the Parkway was never known for like no set of killers or nothing, you know, but they was around there. You know, but it was just more for a hustler block. You know, they got that money around there. And you know, you got to know it right there, you got to know it right there. You know, it's just like a hustler block, and they always got money around there. It ain't like that no more, you know, it's just, you know, that block dead right now. But people still say.
So the Parker was kind of like an extension of the Noya and the Calio.
Not really, but you know, like Cali is Noya is Noya. If you ain't from there, you know, you can't really go in there like that. You know, it's just always been like that. Like you just, Cali is like you know, you could cross the street, you ain't really Calio. You know, it's just like, and that's just how it is with all the projects. Nowadays, the way I rhyme now, I be trying to tell them youngsters, you know, I be trying to teach almost, you know, like if ever I come out with something about some robbing and killing and all that shit, I'm talking about some shit from little boy shit or speaking in third person. But you know, like I tell it something like, you know, if you ever did something wrong, you better do something right quick.